Hi, my name's Teri Catlin. I'm an artist, spiritual being, person, and I am a storyteller. I write about my life. I write about a collective energy that I feel like a lot of us are going through, and I turn negatives into positives.
Put these broken pieces back together again. I wanna believe I've gotta have faith. I wanna know that peace will conquer hate. And I wanna feel.
When I was born, I was given up for adoption right away. And later on in life, I found out that my mother was 16 when she had me. I always wondered where I got my butterscotch skin from. And I found out she was white. She had green or blue eyes and red hair. My father, I was told, was white, black, and Native American. So I just say I'm butterscotch. That's what you get. She gave me up at birth, so I've never met my biological parents. And I was adopted into a family that was really abusive. But during this time, when I was really young, I'd just walk around and I'd be singing. Before I could talk, I just singing. Didn't know what I was saying, but I was saying something. And that's when I started to play the piano, around the age of 5. And also the drums. My brother had a drum set, so I played that in the basement. So I was teaching myself to play these instruments pretty young. My adoptive parents wanted me to elect an instrument to play, so I wanted to play violin. I dove into it. It was hard. It was one of the hardest instruments that I've ever played. And through my passion of wanting to play music, that's one of it's just a really resonant instrument that comes from here, and it's organic. So I was able to connect with it. I began to practice 9 to 10 hours a day. The Flint Institute of Music was right across from both my schools. I would practice, and I would play in many different symphonies and orchestras. I was given a compilation of concertos and symphonies, like 36-page symphonies, and Tchaikovsky, Rachmaninoff, Brahms, Shostakovich, a bombardment, if you will, of amazing classical music. And my mind was a sponge, and I would have to learn these symphonies in a certain amount of time. I would be given also concertos that needed to be memorized by the next time I saw my teacher, which was a week later, doing various competitions and soloing with Livonia Symphony Orchestra, Detroit Symphony Orchestra. I played for Itzhak Perlman when I was 11. I wasn't really sure of the caliber of who he was. I knew he was one of the best. And that was when I was 11. I stopped playing or taking lessons at about 14. As I was touring all over the country with different symphonies and orchestras, and as a solo artist, I began to have a strong desire to get out of the scariness that was called home. The abuse was really heavy. So I went out onto the streets, and I lived on the streets in Flint, Michigan. I'm an original Flintstone. And I was there for many years. The parents I had wouldn't emancipate me, so I wasn't allowed to work. I made good money actually cleaning up the earth and recycling, because up in Michigan you get 10 cents a can, so I was able to eat most of the time. The winters were brutal. I stayed in abandoned houses. I checked to see if car doors were open, if I could just get up out of the wind. A lot of times I had to sleep outside, and I use the term sleep pretty lightly. I would just cuddle up in a corner and just kind of hover up and try to keep warm. Did that for 4 years.
I ran away when I was 14. I stole to eat. I stole to clothe myself.
Until one day a friend asked Teri if she wanted a ride to Florida.
I came down to Florida, And she ended up going back up to Flint, and I didn't want to go back up there and be homeless, so I actually stayed in Florida for a while. And I had some bushes right on the ocean, and I called that my condo on the beach, and I would sleep there. And I would go next door in the hotel, and I would get the soaps and the towels, and I'd take my showers in the little shower stalls on the beach. And eventually a friend said, "Hey, I have an extra flat if you'd like to stay with me." And that was the beginning of a whole new beginning of a way of life for me.
Teri's first Florida home was under the 14th Street Causeway in Pompano Beach. But soon her luck changed. She got a job, her first place,
Time to rock and roll.
and her first motorcycle.
Thank you all for coming. My name is Teri Catlin.
After 2 decades of hard times, she could finally focus on her music.
Living in the elements really helps you get a respect for the power of Mother Nature, the cleansing of the ocean, how important it is to keep the environment clean, and the just simple things that we can do to help make that a reality. That is a big part of my dream that coincides with music, is to let us all just kind of facilitate and learn from each other through the power of music.
After everything, Teri says she has no regrets.
My music is a raw reflection of my life, and I feel much richer having the experiences that I've had. And it's all in the music. It's all in the music. It's about survival. It's about self-empowerment. Ultimately about the miracle of being alive.
Music heals. It's, to me, one of the most powerful tools available to us all. So that's part of my journey with you.